So the problem is given that we need to make an array strictly increasing. So we have given a zero index integer array, and it will return true if the array is strictly increasing. Otherwise, it will return false. Now they have also given one condition that we can remove exactly one element also to make it strictly increasing. So let's see. In this example one, they have given 1, 2, 10, 5, 7. So by removing 10, it will be 1, 2, 5, 7. So that is strictly increasing. So what is strictly increasing? If num I minus 1 is less than num I, then it is strictly increasing. It means the previous number is lesser than the current number, right? So that is strictly increasing. If it is less than equal to, then it is increasing only, right? So that is important here. Another example, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now here, if you will remove any element, it will not be strictly increasing array. So the output should be false. Now 1, 1, 1. Here also all elements are same, right? They are not increasing. So this is like a straight line elements. So that is why the answer should be false. So let's see how we can proceed. So before writing the code, I would like to see the possible cases. So let's take our examples. So the first example was 1, 2, 10, 5, 7. So 1, 2, 10, 5, 7. So the condition is array I minus 1 should be less than array I. This is the condition for strictly increasing. Right. Now, here let's start from this position, because then only we can go to I minus 1. Right. This is I. Now, 1 is less than 2. So no problem. Let's move ahead. Let's increase our counter. Then 10 is greater than 2 or 2 less than 10. And anyway, you can check it out. So this is also true. Let's move ahead. Now here 5. 5 is the problematic, right? Because 5 is less than 10. So it is not strictly increasing. So here 5 is less than 10. So which element we should remove, 5 or 10? 10 we should remove, then it will be strictly increasing. So what we are doing, we are here at 5, okay? Our pointer was at 5, and we are removing previous element. Remove previous element. Okay, in that case. So 5 is less than 10, we can write it like this also. Array I, current element, is less than equal to. We should take equal to also. I will tell you just right now, array I minus 1. So if array I is less than equal to array I minus 1, then we should remove previous element. Let me change the color. Okay, so this is the condition, right? Why I'm taking equal to? Because even if it is 10, if it is not 5, it was 10, then also it will not be strictly increasing, right? So that is why I'm taking this condition less than equal to. Now let's move ahead. So what happened? Now we have removed 10, and now our array is 1, 2, 5, 7. So the counter will move to 7 now, and it will compare itself with 5. So since 7 is greater than 5, no problem. It is a strictly increasing array. Right. Now, let me tell you one more example. Now, this example is not given in that, but we should take this into also consideration. So let's take the same example above. 1, 2, 10, 1. And here let's take 17. Okay, I'm changing two values, 5 and 7 with 1 and 17. Now here, let's start a count pointer from here. 2 is greater than 1, no problem. Pointer will increment to 10. 10 is greater than 2, no problem. Now here it come at 1. 1 is less than 10, right? It is a problematic, right? Now, as per our above condition, what we will do? We will remove the previous element. So we will remove 10. But if we will remove 10, then do you think this array will be strictly increasing? No, right? Because on removing 10, it will be 1, 2, 1, 17. It will not be strictly increasing. So, but you can see that if we remove 1, then it will be strictly increasing. 1, 2, 10, 17. Right? So why it is happening here? So here we need to check one more condition. If array I is less than array I minus 2, if we need to check the element, the current element with both the previous element and the element before the previous element, we need to check with them with the both. Okay, Now here it is less than both the elements. Okay, first we have checked this condition and then we are going to this condition. Okay, this is not a separate condition. I'm checking inside it. First, this is the if statement, and inside this if statement, I'm checking this condition. So here it is satisfying this array I is less than equal to array I minus 2. And whenever these two if conditions true, then we should remove current element. So on removing current element, it will be 1, 2, 10, 17. Right? So it is a strictly increasing array. So now there can be one more scenario, like we need to keep check that because we have given this condition that we can only remove one element. So we need to keep track of that also, right? So how can we do that? So let's take count equal to 0. Okay. And here, if this condition is satisfied, then we will do count plus plus. Okay. Now, what do you think? Should we do count plus plus here also or not? What do you think? Okay, I'm again repeating. First, I'm checking this if condition, and this if condition is inside the first if condition. Okay, it is nested if condition. Now tell me, this count should be increment here also or not? Okay, let me tell you. You see, we are getting problem getting the second if condition in this example. Okay, now here 1 is the culprit element. Now 1 is less than 10, right? 1 is less than 10. So that condition is already checked here. So the count is already incremented. Now if you will increment it again, then it will make it 2. And later when we will check, so if our count is greater than 1, we will return false. Else we will return true. So if you will increment count in both the if condition, then in the second example also the count will be 2 and we will return false, right? While the answer should be true because we are removing only one element, 1, right? So we will not be doing count plus plus here. But we need to remove current element, no? Right? We need to remove current element. Why? Because this 17, because our counter will be incrementing by 1 every time. And this 17 will then be compared with 1. So we need to remove somehow 1, right? So either you can just remove the element, current element, I said, remove current element using slice or splice any method, or rather I prefer to replace it with the element 10. Why? Because if this 1 will be 10, then the 17 will be compared with 10 only. Okay, and this is exactly same as we are removing 1. Okay, so what I will do here, I will current element is replaced by the previous element. This condition I will apply. You can do that also, remove current element, okay, using a splice or slice. Check it out. I currently I'm not sure which one will not mutate your array. I think it is splice. You should use splice, which will not mutate your current array. That also you can do, but I prefer the second technique. Here also, in the first, just a second, in the first condition, we are removing the previous element. Let me check the color now. So we are removing the first element, right? We are removing the previous element. So here also, you do not need to explicitly do this removal. Why? Because you are saying that you will remove this 10 element, right? But anyhow, the counter is incrementing once it is comparing 5 with 10. Once 5 is compared with 10, right? The counter is incremented. This count variable is incrementing, right? And our I variable is also increasing. So now a current element is 7 and the previous element will be 5. So only these two will be compared, right? 10 will not be in the picture. So you can either remove it or you cannot you do not remove it. It's your choice, right? That will not be a problematic. So now let us implement it. Let's go to Leetcode. Okay, so first let us take our count variable. Okay, let's name it properly. Let delete count equal to 0, and let I equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus. Okay, now check if current element is less than previous element. If array I is less than array I minus 1, what we will do? In that case, we will increment a count, right? Also, like I said, we can remove the previous element also. So that right now I'm not doing. Also, it should be less than equal to. Okay. Now let's check. Inside this or itself, we will check. Check if current element is less than element before, or we can say second previous element. So how we can check if array I is less than equal to array I minus 2. So in that case, we will just replace the current element like that. We will replace the current element with the previous element. And we will not increment the count variable. Array I is equal to array I minus 1. Right? So that's it. Now let us let's come out of this for loop. And let's check if count is greater than 1. Okay, let me write like this. Return false, else return true. So let's double check one more time if there is a typo, LENGTH. Okay, just at least once check if you're making any mistakes, because it will show you these errors also. So, okay, seems good. The first condition we're checking if the current element is less than the previous element and we're incrementing counter, right? So we do not need to remove the previous element. And then we are checking inside that if statement, we are checking that if current element is less than second previous element. So there we are replacing current element with the previous element, right? So it is just like as removing and then count greater than return false. Okay, then let's run code. Line 10, it is giving error. Why? Okay, there is no count. Shit. Let me write it count only. That is why I was rechecking it, but still I made mistake. Okay, so it is accepting. Let's submit it. So the answer is it is accepted successfully. Okay, so let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.